When we bought our first hook trucks at Central Waste in Austin, we deployed 5 or 6 of them, and the drivers had never driven it. And my veteran drivers literally looked at me and said, "You're an idiot. Like, this is a terrible truck and it's never going to work. There's no cable to break." I mean, that's the ultimate sin, is a cable breaks and kills somebody. Or you lose control of that. And that has happened to me in the field where it's snapped and lost control.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't.
Nothing you can do.
Nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, you can't catch 8 tons with your hands.
Nope. And hopefully no one's back there. Hopefully it doesn't hit a car and do, property damage.
When you lose control of it like that, typically it's somewhat flat where it's landing. Is it going to slide 10 feet or 50?
No. I mean, look.
All right. Welcome to the first podcast that we have not named. Unnamed podcast. We have our first guest. Michael, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name properly, so go ahead.
Mnoian.
All right, there we go. I'm from Pittsburgh. I can pronounce a lot of names, but that one threw me off. I was like,
yeah,
I'm going to get it right for the record. Okay.
Do it.
How did you get to be here today?
At Waste Nexus?
The whole thing. You can go anywhere you want with that question.
So obviously follow you on LinkedIn.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So thought it'd be a good opportunity. I think your original post was like, Waste Expo is what Waste Expo is.
Yeah, it's a great, big company, heavy iron.
Yeah. So small hauler mindset, looking to just connect and network and see and meet you.
Sorry about that.
Missed you at Waste Expo. So, what an opportunity.
It's fun.
I'm honored.
Well, this for us was born out of that idea.
Yeah.
Right. Of like, there's got to be a way. Part of it was we got blocked at the bagel shop. 2 years ago, we did the bagel shop that's right next to the Waste Expo.
Okay.
For a breakfast. I really like
a great venue.
And good bagels. New York style bagels, really dense.
Well, we're in Texas, so we don't really get those.
You don't get those.
No.
I'm shocked that they're that good in Vegas. But we got blocked at it, and it occurred to me that, what I really enjoyed doing was just talking with people.
Sure.
Right? I didn't want to have a booth. I just wanted to run into the people I wanted to run into. And I found that the hardest thing of that event was spending the time curating. Can I run into you here? Can I see it that way? And you just run around. I was like, you know what? We just need like a 24-hour focused. I'm going to see some people.
I agree.
Right?
You get all the private parties and like, you don't know which one to go to or where.
It felt like high school.
Is. Yeah.
Or like middle school.
You're just
somewhere
tracking all over the place.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Agree.
Also, we're not very popular, so we probably didn't get invited.
Well, we didn't get invited. Yeah. I'm not cool.
You don't know the people.
Yeah. But so you're one of my adherents to Big Logo.
Okay.
Right? So I want to show off.
Oh, man, you're so proud of this.
Right. Yeah. Alamo went Big Logo. And you were telling me earlier that you weren't always Big Logo.
No, we were not. We did, our roll-off boxes were standard with the ribs. So you only had, that 14 inches, that. And it was like, just put 8 stickers, 2 on each side. And that's cheap and easy.
Okay.
Right. But yes, from 30 feet away, depending on how old you get, right, you may or may not be able to see it.
Right. And if you're moving at speed.
You're definitely not seeing it.
So other companies do like individual letters in each of the ribs openings.
They do
work.
That can. In California, we welded our name through metal.
Okay.
So we spelled out the name on it. So because they stole boxes out there every once in a while. So we thought, well, barrier to stealing is someone has a couple times.
Yeah.
We recovered a few. So Alamo is the evolution of all of that.
Yeah.
We went with tub style boxes day one. So big logo.
Less expensive?
Maybe a little.
Not. Yeah.
It's
no real big change.
Insignificant. And we did decals. Well, decals are wildly expensive, $80 a decal.
Yeah, right.
And when you screw up 1 or 2 or 3 trying to put it on, it's like $80 out the door, $80.
Yeah, do those hold up?
They do okay.
Yeah.
If you could get 5 or 6 years, you may not.
Oh, you can get
It depends.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of abuse the box goes through.
Right.
So
And these are just painted?
those are all painted.
You just put a stencil on and paint it.
Yep. So that was the next evolution was I just spent $3,000 on decals. I could have spent $150 on paint and $100 on a stencil and
And a ladder.
Voila. Yeah.
Not only do you adhere to Brian's love for big logo,
Yeah.
you also are borderline brand the root.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that was going to
that was a mistake by the guy doing it. I wanted on the top and he viewed that as the top. I literally listened to Brian and I was like, we're putting it on the top because one day if Google ever sees where this thing is, I'm going to give it to him. But he viewed that as the top. And I said, no, that's the
3/4.
the top. So I don't know that we got.
I think that's a good spot too, though, because now it's good enough. That's against the back of the truck. But
We did not actually get to the top yet because we got busy, and so
the next container order.
then it's just a matter of when I send somebody up on a ladder to the top of the box to paint it.
So good.
So yeah, that was 100% Brian right there.
Oh man. It really, it's a lot of years I spent looking at Google to find compactors. So
It made sense to me too, man. I was like, I'm going with it.
it's so much fun to see if anybody likes to do. Okay, so I'll look for the first one.
Oh, I let you know when we deploy.
I will contribute to the re-stenciling of one.
Yeah.
If that helps, I will contribute to that.
Yeah.
But so you started this 2 years ago, right?
About 2 years ago. Yes, sir.
And then I saw I do LinkedIn. I do LinkedIn. So a year ago, the first hook truck arrived.
Yes, sir.
Right. What was before the hook truck?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, Central Waste / JJ's Waste.
Ah, okay.
So I took time off after that divestiture.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you started with hook trucks. You didn't
Started with hook truck.
You didn't go. What's the other kind?
Cable.
Cable truck. Yeah, yeah. You didn't go cable truck and then hook truck. You went straight to
Hook.
And why hook? You like that easier because the driver can just do it from the cabin. It's
Quick, safe, easy. It's Australian and idiot proof. Sometimes it's Australian in me now. In that I was their partner. Learned a lot from those guys, more than I thought I did.
Until you had to put it out.
Until you leave and sit back and go, wait a minute, now a lot of things are starting to make sense. So yeah, when we bought our first hook trucks at Central Waste in Austin, we deployed 5 or 6 of them, and the drivers had never driven it. And my veteran drivers literally looked at me and said, "You're an idiot."
Nice. Always good stuff.
And like, this is a terrible truck and it's never going to work.
But they tried.
And I said, "You're driving it or you have to find another job."
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, this is what the decision is.
It's sitting here literally.
And in a week, they said, "I'd rather take the day off instead of drive another cable truck ever again."
Wow.
And that was it. I still talk to a few of them, and we're public services, which bought our assets and all that stuff. They have taken off all of those hook bodies that on our assets that they bought and replaced them with cable. And those guys are like, "This is terrible. We miss our truck."
Interesting. I wonder why.
So same thing happened at Alamo. Employed a 25-year veteran out of waste management out of Carson City, Nevada, and he'd never driven it. And within a week, he's like, "I'm never driving that." That's his truck.
It's easier.
That's his truck now. Right? He loves it.
Because they don't have to get out and fight the
They don't get out. It's easier to line up. The box doesn't flip off. There's no cable to break. I mean, that's the ultimate sin, is a cable breaks and kills somebody. Or you lose control of that. And that has happened to me in the field where it's snapped and lost control.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't.
Nothing you can do.
Nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, you can't catch 8 tons with your hands.
Nope. And hopefully no one's back there. Hopefully it doesn't hit a car and do, property damage.
When you lose control of it like that, typically it's somewhat flat where it's landing. Is it going to slide 10 feet or 50?
No. I mean, look, if it's on a slope downhill, who knows?
Yeah.
Probably 10 foot because
it's going to grind into the ground.
Yeah, it'll start grinding in the ground. Our boxes don't have front rollers, wheels.
Sure.
So they're not going to roll really anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you did have front wheels, yeah, it's gone.
Mm-hmm. There's on wheels, there's a spot I looked at years ago to design a compactor for that was like you had to move it in sort of sideways.
Oh yeah.
And I had spec'd out for somebody. I said, we'll get you a 4-wheel caster compactor. They're like, how would that work? I was like, well, there's a company that makes tugs and you can, and I had it spec'd out to do it. And it was fascinating because you could move. I said, the trick is though, you have to have it on the tug or hooked up to the truck or hooked up, like pinned in place.
Right.
Because you certainly don't want this thing rolling away.
Yeah. 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 They'll roll. I mean,
well, on four-wheel casters, it would roll as far as you want. And in Pittsburgh, there's enough hills.
Yeah.
You don't want that problem.
We had one in Pittsburgh. It was a rear load a decade ago, and it was a property management company. I don't know which hauler it was. They serviced the bin, and however they put it,
was a rear load 2-yard. Yeah,
it was a rear load 2-yard. They put it away however they put it away.
Yeah.
And our town's not quite San Francisco hills. We're a lot of hills. And we get a call one day, hey, the apartment community's bin was found 10, 15 houses down the street in a guy's porch. Thankfully, nobody's hit.
Yeah.
But I mean, this thing got loose and it just
Yeah.
Remember the one the kids took and pushed down to the train tracks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 And you ever seen the meme of the Republic bin floating down the street?
Yes.
That's Pittsburgh.
That was in our
Wow.
That's actually, it was a Carnegie. Yeah, Carnegie. South, you drove past on your way in from the airport.
Yeah.
It was right there.
Wow.
The flames were added later, but
Yeah. AI and all that stuff. Yeah.
that was
Yeah. They move. We, years ago, maybe 7 years ago, when Austin flooded, we had a box end up in Lake Travis.
Wow.
And I have a picture of it somewhere on my phone.
Did you get it back?
Yeah, we had to wait until the lake came down,
Right.
and like it was almost submerged to the
Took a
top.
winch on it and
No, it couldn't because it was stuck in the mud. Couldn't. There's no way.
how'd you get it out?
They had to release water out of the lake because it was overflowing. That's why it hit. And so, a month later, we're like, we think it's soft enough or hardened. The ground is solid enough to go out and grab it. And we did.
You drive out to it?
Yeah.
Wow.
We got it. But yeah. So yeah, we're
So switching gears. for
every
second.
day's an adventure.
So when your kids
Baseball.
play baseball,
Yes, sir.
right? What's it like managing? Because that you guys do travel.
They do travel baseball.
Yeah. So what's it like managing dispatch and customers and a company? Because you've got trucks, you've got bins,
Yep.
you've got employees, and trying to do that at the same time.
So they only really do that on the weekends. So that's
but your world works on the weekend.
But yeah, I'm 24/7 some days.
Yeah.
We've obviously implemented software day one out of Alamo.
Yeah.
Night and day from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I used Post-its and a cork board,
just going to say a punch board and
punch board, and this is where all the boxes are. We didn't have GPS back in the day. We used Thomas guides.
Yeah.
So we would dispatch on radio.
Yep.
Right.
Because it was kind of before the texting with the cell phones.
Yeah, the Nextel phone was a big invention.
Yeah. My dad had a truck. He bought a brand new roll-off and truck in 1986. And I think in 1988 or 89, he put a cell phone, the old school.
Yeah.
And he would drive down the road, corded Motorola.
$2 a minute.
Yeah. But he used to have a pay card. So he'd run to the pay phones, check his pager.
Yep.
And because he didn't employ anybody to actually answer the phone.
Oh, he was the
like
one-man band.
Him and another driver. It still works for my brother, honestly.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I remember sitting in the truck and Dad would park the truck and run across the street to the payphone with his little book and
Write down what he had to do.
when like the cell phone came out, it was probably $2,000 a month back then, and he didn't care.
Yep.
Did not care. Like drive right down the road in the truck talking and write when you can.
I remember those phones. My dad had one in his car, and it was so big, but it was so cool. She's like, Dad, can I call somebody? He'd be like, oh, no.
Yeah. No, you didn't use that phone.
So like the face they give you, like,
Yeah.
why? I want to say yes because I know you.
Yeah,
it's cool, but like,
cool.
dude, like, you giving me a 10 spot? For
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's a huge advantage for them back then.
Oh, yeah.
Much more in tune. Like that kind of reminds me of some of those Twitter threads where people are talking about
Yeah.
getting in front of the customer.
Yeah.
Even if you got to book a flight, whatever it is,
Yeah.
to get there makes a big difference. That feels like a massive difference because he's not operating on a 1-day delay like probably everybody else
No.
with turning a sheet.
Yeah. I mean, could he have hired somebody in the office? Probably, but he office out of the house.
Right.
his office was in my room, like the desk, the phone would ring at 5 a.m. It's like, everybody's up.
Everybody's up.
Trash is going. And then we switched.
Which town was that in?
That was out in Southern California.
Okay.
So
what got you to Texas?
Sold that portion of that business off. California's a tough place to do business.
Friend of ours online tells us all.
Yeah.
California's tough.
So just packed up what's my oldest now, and wife, he was 18 months old, and we were like, well, we'll see what happens. And landed on Austin.
Okay. What year was that?
2012.
2012. Okay.
Yeah.
So it had blown up a little bit, Austin, but not
a little bit, not what it is today.
Well, though.
No, I would, I'm smart enough to, and use the internet back then to see who the haulers were. And so I'd go to like the franchised hauler page for Austin, and I'd go, well, there's 10 people on this list and there's 300 in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And my dad started that business in 84, and it was a spin-off of what my grandfather started, who knows, in the 50s, I guess, 40s or 50s. So it was like, if I could compete with 300 guys, I could definitely compete with 15. Like, this is easy.
Yep.
You answer the phone, you give the customer service, you do all the right things, and in theory, they should come.
They should come back.
And they did.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So
so that's 2012.
2012.
And you started your own?
That was all me. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. And that's partners, no nothing.
That's Universal Waste System.
Well, no, that would be this one.
CWR.
CWR.
Okay.
CWR became my holding company
Okay.
when we did the merger with JJ's.
Okay.
So CWR is still in existence.
Sitting over there somewhere.
It's still
doing
doing its own thing.
Doing its own thing.
Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Nice.
We had to change the name from Central Waste to CWR because we had to give the name we gave the name to JJ, the new entity.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've been through that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know how that goes.
Charlie, people ask us sometimes, they say, where did DSQ come from? And Charlie tells us, he goes, well, we were sitting there, he was sitting there alone, and I had to fill out the paperwork, and it needed to be in by 5 o'clock.
Lawyer said, hey, the deadline's
hurry up.
You got to
Name the new company.
And I was like,
up.
well, do D for Discovery and SQ for Sequoia, because at both time we had both.
Yeah. That's
no more logic than that.
Yeah. That's CWR, right? Like Central Waste and Recycling, CWR. That's it.
When I was in the real estate world, a former client of mine had a business that was his investment thing. He was a German metals guy, and his company was named the letters of his kids' names.
Yep.
And it made some goofy word that if you knew that, it made sense.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're like, what was that in German? I don't know what that means.
Yeah. He got a $10 domain name on GoDaddy.com.
Yeah. He did get
Yeah. Unlike Alamo, which is almost clear where it is. Right. It's very clear.
That's good for all the SEO stuff.
When I got that, so many people said, how in the world was that name not taken?
Right.
Couple owners in Texas were like, how did you even get that?
It's just alamodisposal.com.
That's it. They were shocked. And how did you even, like, nobody's Alamo Disposal in San Antonio?
Right.
It's almost like you can just
apparently not.
Yeah, you can just do things.
Yeah. Luck.
Right.
Pure luck.
Right. Well, so two last topics to nail down. One, anything you're looking for out of this event we're doing here?
Man, meet some new friends. I like talking trash. I talked to a bunch of owners.
You know one of the guys.
I know one of them. Yeah, he worked with me. So
former job. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't want to talk to him. I talked to him enough. It's like, forget it. But just meet some new friends, man.
Okay.
I talk to owners all over the place. We bounce ideas, and I think that's helpful. Honestly, as if you're not competing in the same market, you can start talking pretty open and honest about numbers and pricing and how do we do this,
strategy and process.
Yeah. What do you think of this and what do you think of that? And is this broker good, or is this guy good, or do you know this person yet? Where do I buy this from? Where do I get it's kind of nice,
right? It's nice, and especially with the price increases you guys have seen in terms of equipment and things like that. I mean, it's like, are you getting the same numbers? Does that happen?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
the trucks, the trucks are the trucks mostly, right? I mean, they're not.
Look, Waste Management doesn't buy those trucks any less than anybody else. Let's be honest. The number, it's not like they're getting
the
$300,000 roll-off truck for 50% off.
Right.
They're not.
Right.
Maybe 10, maybe 20, maybe, but it's like tires, they're not getting $800 tires for $150. Like, they're just not.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the margin.
Right. Yeah, you got to charge for your service and know what your service was.
Yeah.
Well, so the other thing I was going to do was, I stole this from another podcast. I was going to do a bit of a lightning round of just non sort of open-ended questions that are fun, but you like one word, hopefully, right?
Okay.
All right.
I'll do my best.
All right. So an easy one to start. Ready?
Yeah.
Is the Pope Catholic?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know where he went to college?
No.
All right. We'll see who knows this over the course of the weekend. Public company you'd want to run as a CEO?
None.
None. I love it. If you could build your field of dreams, which sport would it be?
Baseball for my boys.
Okay. What was your sport?
I played basketball, and I'm short, and I picked the wrong sport. I'm a short, stocky guy and should have played football, but I didn't. So they play both.
They play both.
But I think they both like baseball the best.
Nice. What time do you wake up?
Between 3:30 and 5:30 every day, even on the weekends, and I don't need an alarm clock.
Yeah. You got the Kramer from Seinfeld.
Yeah,
I said it.
Yeah. For example, I had to wake up today because my flight was early. I set my alarm to 4:15. I was up at 3:30.
Right. Did you remember to shut it off before?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So on that, you get that.
I don't need alarm. Yeah, I don't need it.
Right. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, or Victor Wembanyama. I know you want always from.
I like Timmy Duncan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
All right. Got it. That's it. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
First.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
I'm honored.